So today I'm going to be talking you through a great shoulder exercise, a nice isolation for the lateral head of the delt, using cuffs, which is something that you won't see in probably any gyms around here. The reason we've got this is because it's one of those things that just makes the place. It makes it a lot easier to train with cables. You don't have to think about, when you're using D handles, you've got to worry about your grip. This just wraps around your wrist like that, attaches to the cable, so you don't have to worry about grip anymore. You can just focus on that mind muscle connection, connecting with the muscle itself. So this is a crucifix lateral raise, right? Crucifix because you're finishing in that position with your arms completely locked out, whereas with a normal lateral raise I would tell you to have a slight bend in the elbow. So crucifix, keeping them completely locked out throughout. You've got to remember the first 15% range of motion usually comes from the rotator cuff, so we want to avoid that. So what I usually do is get a nice big swing up, use momentum to start in this position, right? Which is a lot different to a usual dumbbell lateral raise. So watch the elbow position and the upper arm throughout the movement. You'll notice that when I'm coming down on the eccentric, I never come down to touch my sides, because that, like I said, little 15% range of motion is just moving all the pressure onto the rotator cuff, right? The supraspinatus, I believe it is, and that causes a lot of issues with people. You can hear clicking inside the shoulder sometimes when they pick up injuries, right? So like I said, coming down to this point here and then driving back up, right? So put this one in first, so your opposite arm on the opposite side, right? Get this in through there. You pin your scapula back and it stays back throughout. So you start up there, that's my starting point, and then I'll come down to this point here. I start to lose tension here. You can actually feel it going if you think about it. So you don't want to come here, you just want to come down to here and then drive back up, and that's all the lateral head now. Come down and drive back up. So you're going to hold that contraction at the top as well. Slow the eccentric down, pause at the bottom, and then drive.